Okay, here we are, Module 3. I call it They Say. Don't worry about the I Say. That's coming later. You'll get it. You'll get your chance. This is They Say because you're going to be summarizing what other people are saying. Okay, let's go right to the text. From the textbook, read Chapter 2. You'll probably notice that I haven't been really giving you assignments from the textbook, but if you want to learn how to do this, you should be reading the book. And in fact, the textual analysis is going to call for you to use some of the language from this chapter, so read that. The 3 articles for this module's assignment are here. I tried not to pick articles that are going to upset people too much. I wanted something that had a point of view. The author had to make an argument, but hopefully nothing that's going to be too controversial. I want you to maybe push back a little bit or try to summarize what the author's saying, but I don't want to upset you. Okay. Facebook's unethical experiment. This is very new. You'll notice this came out. Oh, close that. And that. Pop-ups. Okay. This came out just this week. There's no date. Oh, June 28th. There we go. There's the date. We've got local ads. Okay. Facebook, there was just an experiment published, a psychology experiment based on the 700,000 Facebook users, okay, where they emotionally manipulated people to study their reactions, and some people were upset by the fact that they were being experimented on. Their emotions were being manipulated by scientists while they were on Facebook, and the scientists are claiming that it was perfectly fine because when you sign into Facebook, the Facebook terms of service, supposedly you had then given your consent to be experimented on by scientists. So shut up about it. And this person's calling it an unethical experiment. That's one of them. This is from the Chronicle of Higher Education. Better ways to battle the silent epidemic on campuses. The silent epidemic, according to Simon Williams, is mental health, specifically things like mental illness, specifically depression. And he's of the opinion that there needs to be screening for mental illnesses in schools. And he gives his reasons. I don't know how you feel about that. And then here's an article that's an all-time favorite. I use this quite a lot. There's a great picture of a baby seal who's about to be killed, essentially. It's called Stop Saving These Animals. Notice this word. These animals, not the animals. That's very important. He's talking about what animals people get upset over and whether or not they should. So all 3 of those you're going to need to read for the Module 3 analysis. And interesting and fun, just a couple here. Biology of Politics. This is a scientific study from Science Blog, that attempted to show that people's political viewpoints, whether you're a liberal or a conservative, a lot of that has to do with how your brain is hardwired. So it makes it impossible, as you might imagine, to really convince somebody from the other side of the aisle, as they say, to change their viewpoint, because if it's part of your brain chemistry, nothing much you can do to change it. And essentially they're saying that liberals tend to focus on nice, happy things, and conservatives tend to confront and focus on the negative things. So of course you can see why liberals and conservatives are consistently mocking each other for their political viewpoints when it comes from those perspectives. But according to this study, it's because of your brain chemistry, and you can't really change it. And of course, there's a discussion board about this, how you feel about this. Is the world a good place? Yeah. Is the world dangerous? Yeah. So hopefully we can realize that both sides are right. Okay. And here you go. This is just for fun. This is a Billy Joel song you may have heard of. I like the title. Listening to someone else's viewpoint and saying, well, you could be correct. However, also this came out it came out in 1980. Billy Joel is still around. Some friends of mine went to see him at Fenway Park just a few nights ago. You'll be amused by how he looks in this and how he moves and the hairstyles. It looks like a joke, but in 1980 that was cutting edge. So it makes you realize 30 years from now, when you look back at what you're wearing today, if you have a photo, you're going to laugh at it. Now, let's go back here. Module 3. Here's the TA. Again, this is due at the end of the module, which is the 20th of July. Good grief. 20th of July, then summer will be almost over. Okay. Write a summary for each of the 3 articles in Module 3 text. It means you need to do them all. Talk about what argument is the author making. Try to get a sentence, single sentence. What examples does the author use to back up the argument? And then in the book, pages 39 to 40, there are some verbs that the authors give you that you can use to talk about this and sound educated. So use some of those verbs in the book. I don't want your opinion on this, please. If you disagree with the author, save it. I don't mean to sound harsh. The discussion boards will give you a chance to talk back, but the summary is not a place for this. The summary is just basically that. To write a really good summary, you must be able to suspend your own beliefs for a time, and put yourself in the shoes of someone else. As a writer, when you play the believing game well, readers should not be able to tell whether you agree or disagree with the ideas you are summarizing. So get those emotions under control as much as you can. Discussion board. Module 3, you get to talk about whether the author of the article makes his case, if you believe that he's right, and is he really as much of a jerk as his title sounds and his opening paragraph. He makes him sound like a monster, but is he really? Hint, I don't think so. Mental health on campus. Does Simon Williams make a good argument? What do you think about what some of the drawbacks could be? Obviously, think about the person, the privacy issues and all those things. If you were screened for mental illness every time, when you went into college, would you want that information to be out there? And then how about some possible advantages? And then lab rats. Do you agree with Kathy Wallman that the research conducted on Facebook was unethical, quote unquote? Did the test subjects really give their informed consent simply by accepting Facebook's terms of service? And I will add a 4th discussion board about that article about is the world dangerous or is the world lovely or is it both? And hopefully, you know where I fall on that. I think it's both. It's all of the above, right? Everything is everything, as Donny Hathaway sang about in his song. Finally, link to the blog. Again, keep checking this over the next few days. See, we've only got a few people going in on it. Don't feel pressured if you're overwhelmed by other things, but have some fun with that. It can be fun. Okay, so good luck. And of course, even though I'll be away, I'll be answering emails and I'll be doing all my work because I'm sure somewhere in Boston has Wi-Fi. So I won't be incommunicado. I'll just be out of stato. Sorry. All right. Talk to you later.